Chipper Gore's An Inconvenient Truth. Oh, Al! Al, darling! You were my sweetheart, my honey bunny, but now you're toast. They say I left you, but you really left me. You fell in love with your politics. You fell in love with your goddamn polar bears, your climate change. Well, you didn't change us. You failed. You failed to change the world, and you failed in our marriage. And what do you say about this same old usual thing you say? I've been trying to tell this story for a long time, and I feel as if I failed to get the message across. Ha! You say, each one of us is a cause of global warming, but each one of us can make choices to change that with the things we buy, the electricity we use, the cars we drive. We can make choices to bring our individual carbon emissions down to zero. The solutions are in our hands. We just have to have the determination to make it happen. We have everything that we need to reduce carbon emissions. Everything but political will. But in America, the will to act is a renewable resource. Well, fuck that, Al. After 40 years of marriage, I've had enough. So what if you won the fucking Nobel Prize? Or your stupid Academy Award? I sent an email and the news is now out. We're separated. The media will have a field day, but I don't care. I want out. Oh, I put it nicely, Al, don't worry. I said something like, a mutually supported decision that we made together following a process of long and careful consideration. Respect the privacy and all that stuff. So the last thing I want is more goddamn reporters hanging out at our doorstep. You know, Al, I remember when I told the Washington Post that you were my first love, but not my first boyfriend. I gave up a lot for you, Al. I followed you to Boston and to Harvard, married you before you shipped off to Vietnam. Can you even understand the loneliness I went through? You're impulsive, Al. You never consult with me on our decisions. When you ran for Congress, you only gave me 3 days notice. 3 days. What the hell was I supposed to do with that? Did you realize our private life was now thrown into the spotlight? You left me alone with the kids on the weekends when you were gallivanting around with your Congress buddies. Oh yeah, you had all these grand ideas for the country to help the American people. Well, I kept my mouth shut. I thought, well, maybe I can live with Congress. But then you decided to make a run for president. Well, Al, I thought you were crazy. I almost left you right then and there. Thank God that didn't work out. Bill came along and asked you to be his vice president. At least you were closer to home. I could handle living near the White House and hanging out with Hillary, even though she can be a bitch sometimes. And Bill, with all his goddamn in-and-out office interns, I was sick of everything. I had to put my foot down, get rid of the limo, move us home to Nashville. I still thought, well, I thought you were still a little bit sexy. That time I released that photo of yours with your shirt off from our honeymoon, it kind of made you seem a little bit more approachable. And you were even going good for a while when you ran for president again in 2000. Well, I thought you would win. You had to. We were so close. And Bush was going to be history. But then Florida, how could you have screwed that up? We won it. We had good lawyers on the recount. We won the Supreme Court 5 times, and you won every single time. And I was proud of you. But don't blame me that you gave in. You let the bastards win, Al. You gave up. You conceded the race. How could you? I wanted to be First Lady, not just the Vice President's wife. After all I'd done for you and your campaign, you were a wimp, Al, and you gave in. I was never the same after that. I could never forgive you. It just wasn't the same. Yeah, you went on this big campaign on climate change. You gave your little PowerPoint presentations until you were blue in the face. They even made a movie out of it for you, but you were just looking for something to do after you lost. We sat and watched the country fall apart. That claim in the media when they said, they said you invented the internet? Oh, come on, Al. You let everything go to your head. How could I be associated with you when you say stuff like that? And then I turn on the TV and that man-bear-pig thing on South Park, what's that all about? You're popping up everywhere. Can you blame me for wanting to protect our children, Al? Did you even listen to the lyrics of Princess Darling Nikki? Our 14-year-old daughter listening to a song about masturbation? Well, not that I've ever done anything like that with you around, but at least you came to the Senate hearings. I was humiliated when Frank Zappa called me a cultural terrorist, and you just sat there. I don't feel like I have your support anymore, Al. Let the world think what they want. Our 40 years of marriage, down the toilet. I've given you the best part of my life, and I can't take it anymore. Goodbye, Al. Yeah.